Let me show you something else. In another lecture we're going to be looking at what the hybridization of the wheat did to the protein or the gluten structure. It's created an incredibly complex structure and not easy for the gut to break down. And it breaks down to something called glutamorphine. Cows have about 5 stomachs, and those 5 stomachs break the milk into curds like yogurts and feta cheese. And if someone has been born into a family that's 5th generation dairy farmers, they may have the enzymes to break it down. I certainly do not. And so if I were to have milk, it can break down to caseomorphine. What's morphine? It's an opiate derivative. So let me show you what happens in the gut. So let's say this is gluto, there's the morphine, and this is caseomorphine. Let's say glutamorphine comes along. Here we've got a very happy cell because it's got some good gut flora there. And so glutamorphine comes along, and this happy cell knocks off the morphine, so only gluto or caseo gets in. But this cell here is very unhappy. It's got no gut flora to nourish it. So glutamorphine comes along and it doesn't have the ability to knock off the morphine. It doesn't have the ability to knock it off from glutamorphine or caseomorphine. So glutamorphine and caseomorphine get into the blood. They're taken up to the brain. The opiate receptor sites pick it up. And there's much research now showing the influence that wheat and dairy are having on mental illness. So to quote a few books, Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride in her book Gut and Psychology, she shows this link. Also Dr. David Perlmutter, he quotes a few psychiatrists who are taking their patients off refined foods, wheats, dairies, having a 50% improvement. And in his 2 books, Dr. Bruce Fife, one is called Stop Alzheimer's Now, the other one's called Stop Autism Now. He says you take these people off these refined foods, the wheats and the dairy, 50% improvement. So that's just not one author. This is coming from many different authors. Yeah.